Welcome back, dear viewers, and you're still watching the breakfast show, and in this segment of our program we will talk about the ancient Egyptian history, as it is full of battles, victories and heroism. Today we are joined by Rana Ehab, an expert in antiquities and tourism, and she's going to tell us more about these battles and victories. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Rana, can you elaborate for us on the most important victories in pharaonic history?
Actually, if I mentioned only one thing, this will not be fair for the Egyptian army, because all of us know very well that Egyptian army through the history defeats a lot of people, and he saved the place or the country of Egypt for thousands of years. But I want to shed a light on one of the most important things, because we are talking about the peace in the world now. So I want to talk about the first peace treaty in all the world. It's written in our temples and Luxor and Aswan and many other places. Actually, this is very, very important to show how the Egyptian army from thousands of years know the people and how we can be a part from the peace of the world from thousands of years ago. So the peace treaty of Kurdish, as we mentioned, written in many places in the world. Actually, it's also we have replica for the written treaty in the United Nations, which is amazing thing. So it's between Hittite land and the Egyptian army by the leading of Ramses II. So this is one of the most amazing things I want to talk about for the Egyptian army himself.
So within the framework of the historical role of the Egyptian army, many museums and exhibition halls display artifacts that record the great victories of the army and the people's support for the leaders. Can you talk to us more about these museums?
Yes, for sure. Actually, we have a lot of museums around Egypt, but in this case, I want to shed the light on the military museums that showed the history of the Egyptian army. So we have around Egypt around 4 museums or 4 military museums. One we have in the citadel of Salah ad-Din in Cairo, one we have in Niul Alamein, and also at a military museum in Port Said. And because we have a lot of groups coming to Cairo, we have an amazing museum. It's called the Panorama of 6th of October, that showed us what happened from the beginning of the war until the most known second peace treaty in all the world also. And yes, all the museums that shows you different kinds of soldiers, how the Egyptians loved their countries, and many, many other things.
So also tell us more about the importance of displaying these artifacts and their impact on instilling a sense of belonging in people.
Actually, that's what our ancestors giving us to share it with the new generation. Not only the Egyptian, but also for all the people who are coming from all the world to visit Egypt. It's about the tourism. So it's not only about showing the power of the Egyptian army, it's also by showing how we are thinking before thousands of years, how we love our land, how we can do anything for it. So the new generation, when you found the kids or the schools visiting those museums, especially the military one, you found and you hearing when they are talking to each other that we need to be a soldier when we grow up. So it's an honor for anyone to visit and see how his country loved him, how we protected very well, and showing the power at the end for sure.
Yes, also in modern times here, the Egyptian army has completed its responsibility towards preserving the country and protecting the nation's capabilities. What are the most important battles fought by the Egyptian army in modern history?
Actually, when we are talking about the modern history, at least we will mention the things that started before the Second World War at 1942.
Yes.
From that time until 51 years ago, all of the battles that Egyptian army entered, actually he showed his win, or his victory. At least, or the thing I want to mention especially that the 6th of October victory, and we take Sinai to our hand again after 7 years, but when it's second from us. So yes, nowadays the playing or what happens in the world, it's not about the weapons, it's not about knowing that you have the heavy equipment. It's about the mentality and how you are thinking and how you protect your nation with using the technology at least. And I think the Egyptian army have all of these things, have this mentality, and sharing the mentality also with our near country like Sudan and Libya. It's not only protecting the land itself, it's also protecting the land around us. And this is the power of the Egyptian army.
So if we talk about ancient Egyptian history also again, to what extent the artifacts left and what is written on the walls of the tombs show the prowess and the power of the Egyptian, of the pharaonic people at that time?
Actually, we have many things. It's not only written in the walls, that we have also an object. For example, if you visiting the military museum in Salah al-Din Citadel,
yes,
you will show the chariots that using Viking, Tutankhamun, and how the Egyptians themselves in that time qualify this chariot to be going on the desert of the Egyptian land. And this is the equipment when you are founding the weapons and how it's actually developed to be in a good way. It's not only in the pharaonic period or in the ancient Egyptian period, it's through the history. Because in the history, we will find that Egypt actually was occupied by many different nations around the world, and this is normal. But the idea when we develop our equipment to dismiss the people and to take the control of our lands again. We have the chariots, we have the weapons, and we have the equipment. We have the mentioning or the scenes in the temples and the tombs when we see the king entering the borders of Egypt and dismiss the people, showing the slaves of Egypt when they are coming from outside after our victory. A lot of battles, a lot of scenes. Actually, I think it's, when we are talking about that for all the day, it will be not enough.
Yes, Rana Ehab, an expert in antiquities and tourism. Thank you, Rana, for being with us today. And dear viewers, a short break and we'll be back, so stay tuned.